Welcome to the August 19th version.
Howdy, all you sun seekers.
Sun Seekers, it's hot. Welcome to the Garden Guy Garden Club. This is our third video. I don't think we'll keep counting, but oh well, here we are at number 3. So welcome in. We're going to start with the Houston Garden Center's flyer because that's y'all's favorite. I know it's hot, but we'll start with this. It gives us some talking points, and then we'll also eventually get to the most interesting or hateful comment of the day, which caused quite an uproar on Facebook. So welcome in, everyone. Let's dive right into the Houston Garden Centers. First of all, have you been there lately?
Not since last week when we spoke, but plants are pretty much still the same.
People are going though, right?
They are going.
People are going. I mean, it's brutal, right?
Hibiscus are still selling.
Right. So to begin the flyer, they're teasing us with fall. Now they've got sunflowers. Sunflowers beautifully in bloom. What do you think?
Well, I've always liked that, but one other thing is Halloween is just around the corner, so fall is in the air almost.
Is in the air, but would you buy the sunflowers right now?
It depends if you want to keep them watered, Sabrina.
Thanks for calling me by my name. What is this, Good Morning America? Thanks, Todd. I'll toss it back to you.
Hey.
Fall mums.
Yes and no. Once again, if you're going to purchase
all horticulturists, you know what their answer is to everything?
Yes.
It depends.
It depends.
It depends is the actual answer of every real horticulturist. So fall mums, what do you think? It depends.
It depends. I'm holding off for about 2 more weeks and let them water them.
Right. Or they'll probably be on the prayer list because it's like 115 out there. Maybe not quite that hot. All right, let's go down through the rest of the flyer. Every week they trot out the tree roses.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I'm going to give them 2 thumbs down this week.
Have you ever purchased tree roses? Ever?
I think in 35 years I may have purchased one, and it didn't last but a season at the house that we planted it at. And just a lot of care.
They're very fussy, right?
And you have to really, I guess, have a unique design to put in a tree rose. It doesn't really go in the ground, and most of them are potted once you plant them and end up moving them around the patio or pool anyway because they get in the way, they have thorns. And so.
Plumeria always makes an appearance. You have to have the secret handshake and belong to the massive Facebook post for the plumeria, but I know you love them.
I do, and if you can get yours to bloom, hey, you're
better, maybe better than us. Perennial hibiscus. I know that's probably your favorite in the whole flyer, right?
The perennial hibiscus?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not.
Oh, it's not your favorite, but you do like hibiscus.
I love hibiscus. It's just the perennial ones that get huge. And
tell us more about that, garden guy.
Well, they get really big. The Techstar. It's a red variety that's usually available there, and it's small when you buy it, but if it grows through a full season, you're looking at 6 or 7 feet in height. And so most people don't read the spacing label on plants in general or at all.
That's true.
And they bought it was cute, or now they're half off, and they think that they can just wedge it in between this and that, and it just doesn't work once you reach maturity. So
you can't just wedge it in there.
You can't just wedge it in.
How many of those have you dug out for someone and had to throw away because it wasn't the right plant?
Enough to say that you read the label.
Make sure that you know the plant, the size that it matures to, right?
Absolutely. And I think one of the most successful things that we've done over the 35 years of installing landscapes in the Houston area, because I've been on each and every one of the thousands of landscapes we've installed, plus I designed them all.
Did you?
I'm out there with my tape measure on every job, and everything gets appropriate spacing, because there's nothing worse than a designer seeing their work after they planted it, and you know that this plant's 4 inches off this way, or this plant's up to, and it does make a difference when they grow in, and it looks off center.
Here's a fun little fact, because I've been working with him on this business for 3 decades. How many times have you redone landscapes from other big companies who have overplanted? And I'll just give the taboo part. They're overplanting because they want to sell more plants because they can charge you more. Talk about that.
Well, it's a big problem in our industry, landscape architects who try their best. They're doing most of their design work on CAD, computer aided design, and they put more plants in a square foot area than that area can hold.
Right.
And so over a period of time, usually 6 months to a year, as that landscape is trying to mature, the one plant that should have been planted in a 3 square foot area, they've got 3 or 4. And so now you've got plants competing for the same spacing, and you end up with a bunch of one-sided plants and basically a big glob of plants where one plant should have been, and they put 4 for the sole purpose of charging more to the homeowner. Because
ouch,
when you put in a landscape, it looks full and everybody wants fullness. But once again, reading the label or knowing your plant dimensions as they grow out is key to having a properly spaced landscape, not over the first year, but over the 3 to 5 or 10 year period in which a mature landscape should look. You shouldn't have to be replacing or pulling up plants every 6 months to a year because your landscaper didn't know proper
what it was going to be later. Yeah.
Or the variety of plant, which is key too.
Right. Well, I'm proud of you.
Thanks, babe.
You do a good job. And I know many times you have, if you hear our dog, that's just what it is, because I'm not editing this. So that's Indy, our Poodle.
She's a Wheaten Terrier.
She's a Wheaten Terrier Poodle, and we love her. So I love it that when you have worked or you do work with new clients, that you work with the plants they have. So if they've purchased from someone else and the bones are okay, but this other landscaper put in way too many plants, do you just take everything out and throw it in the trash? Or what do you do?
I don't. I evaluate the landscape as it stands, and then I'll go through each section of the landscape and see which plants that were overplanted are still viable in the landscape. And those that don't basically cut the mustard anymore are not going to do well in that landscape. I'll let the homeowner know that we have to remove 2 or 3 of this particular plant in this area because there's not enough room for the one that's still.
Yeah, I like it that you reuse what the client has. I think that's really important.
I always tell my clients too, we don't try to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah, you do say that.
Everywhere we go, there's a lot of value into what they've already invested in. If the plants haven't been in all too long, we can sometimes transplant them into a different part of the yard or a different part of the new design where the plants that were chosen aren't necessarily the wrong plants. They just planted too many.
Oh, the wrong plant. Well, no, the wrong spot for the wrong plant, right? It could go somewhere else.
Yeah, where it has more room to grow to maturity.
I like that. Good job.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Let's go back to the Houston Garden Center's flyer. Here we are. Let's go down to a few more here because we have a bunch more things to talk about. What else do you want to talk about on here?
Foxtail ferns, always a fan favorite of mine. I know people say they're going to freeze back in the winter, but what else can you put in your landscape that has that kind of texture and color? Nothing.
Our foxtails didn't freeze though this past year, did they?
They didn't. We covered them lightly.
You covered them nicely. Yeah.
But unless we go back to 21, I think when we had the huge freeze where the ground literally froze from the ground up, a lot of stuff didn't return. But on a normal freeze-thaw cycle like we have with our 2 days of winter, the foxtails may get knocked down and people cut them back and they'll come back later.
What else do you want to talk about on here? Do a couple more.
Let's see.
Esperanza,
however you want to do it. It's a fan favorite. It's a fan favorite of mine. Once again, you need to give it adequate space in your garden. I do not recommend putting yellow-belled Esperanza in the front yard landscape setting. You do not usually, unless you live on some acres, you do not usually have the spacing in your front yard in a traditional.
Really? So you like to use in the back?
They need 5 to 6 foot tall and a 5 to 6 foot spread.
Thank you, Aggie, horticulturist, garden guy.
So as a recap with plants today, proper spacing is key for your landscape to thrive and the plants you've invested.
Make sure you speak loudly.
I've been informed to speak loudly. Space your plants properly so they can grow to their optimal size and height.
And I think also if you're an average homeowner, like if I didn't have the garden guy, if you've made a mistake, maybe you see a plant, this would be good advice for people watching. You see a plant, you're like, oh my goodness, this is getting way too big for this spot. What should they do? Like research, find out, maybe make a new spot for it. Would that be a good plan?
Well, first of all, you need to know how long the plant's been in the ground and whether or not that particular plant transplant well.
Okay.
Some plants don't transplant well at all, and therefore does not become a candidate to transplant. So the next option is, can I trim it back enough where it still looks like the plant it's supposed to?
So keep it kind of small if you can.
And if that's not going to work, then the other option is just to remove it and put a plant that should be in that space.
And if you like this kind of advice and you live in Texas or near the Gulf Coast in Houston, would you follow us? We're Garden Guy. We're a family-owned company. There's no bot behind this or auto posting marketing. It's me and Todd.
That's me.
Reaching out to y'all, answering your questions through askgardenguy.com. But follow the page, because the more people follow our page, then the more people can get this great advice from this great guy.
Absolutely.
This great guy, who I love very much. All right, let's go on to something else. So that's the Houston Garden Center's flyer, and that is a fan favorite. Segment number 2, the big one. Don't push the lawn in the heat. So I am the comment wrangler and the question wrangler, and we do get and have gotten a lot of questions about fertilizing the lawn.
Correct.
Ever since, I would say, late June and July, and now, of course, it's Hell's Kitchen. It's August. My least favorite month, but y'all didn't ask me. It's just too hot.
It's too hot to do a lot of things.
Too hot to do a lot of things. And Todd does not fertilize in the summer. I have a product that we've been recommending that y'all also have told me you use that you like, and I'll talk about that. But you tell them why we don't push high nitrogen during the summer on the lawn.
Well, first of all, most people don't know what they're doing to start with.
That'll make some people upset. Okay, go ahead.
Well, you start dropping fertilizer or putting fertilizer on, and you don't do it the right time of day, or you're not applying the right amount.
That's true.
You don't properly water it in, and then all of a sudden your beautifully green yard that you were trying to give that extra oomph to now is burning. It's too much nitrogen, just too hot, and just, if you can, be a little bit patient when the weather cools off just a little bit if you feel like you need to put another application down.
So there is a simple lawn solutions product that y'all told me that you like, that we've been recommending. It is literally simple to use. It's on a hose and sprayer. It's a 600, and you almost can't go wrong with it. You can use it on all grass types, and you can use it right now in the heat. So no, don't go out when it's 100 in the afternoon. Use your smarts, but we do recommend that, and that will be here if you just need something. So I'm going to segue into the HOA story of the week.
Well, let me go back just a second.
Oh, yes, sir.
About the hose-on sprayer. So anything you're doing with a hose-on sprayer is water-soluble, and therefore has been diluted enough and pre-mixed within the bottle that it comes with. That's why you're not getting the burning. But if you start putting granules down this time of year, and your spreader's not set properly, or you're dropping too much, that's where you'll start seeing your burning. But this evenly distributed application from a hose and sprayer is a good thing.
And a lot of our followers are women. Shout out to you women. And they really love the simplicity of the hose and sprayer.
Absolutely.
The liquid. And what he said, I mean, I know that that's true. It's a little, it's almost mistake proof. And it's something that a lot of people, I think, just feel like they need to fertilize it. So if you got to scratch the itch, then this is a good one. It's a simple lawn solution 600, and we like it. And y'all have said that you like it too. So we love it when y'all have used something and you say, yes, we're loving this. We love using it, and we like the results. So that's good. I wanted to say something that you were talking about over fertilizing, or you don't know what you're doing, and I don't have any of this written down, but I know you can handle this.
Okay.
Early in the spring, there are a lot of valid questions about how to set your spreader. So I'm going to just go into spreader settings. Not that you have to have them off the top of your head, but you've had to teach me. There's different kinds of spreaders when it comes to granular fertilizer.
Right. And
there's, you told me drop spreader, and there's, I know nothing.
Right.
But talk a little bit about spreaders. And I've had to work with people and tell them what you taught me. Walk along at your pace to see how much you're dropping.
Right.
I mean, it is a thing. So this is my hot take as a woman. I would feel more comfortable with a liquid, but that's just me. Now, I love the nitrophos, you love the nitrophos, and it's great, but it's got to be done right. And not right now, not right now, not right now. But talk just a little bit about, because you've used them for 3 decades, spreaders and spreader settings, etc.
So most spreaders out there are broadcast spreaders. You want to try to stay, and this is my personal opinion, stay away from the drop spreaders, which I don't think.
Make sure you talk loud.
I'm going to talk louder so I don't get reprimanded later. The drop spreader does not spread the fertilizer evenly, or people put too much.
I guess that's why they call it a drop spreader. Sounds
Anyways,
bad.
It's real hard to regulate. The most commonly known spreader is the broadcast spreader, and a lot of the fertilizers will have the setting on the back of the bag,
right?
And that correlates with your particular spreader. So Scott's is a very popular. We're not
affiliated.
Yes, affiliated.
But I do have it in the Amazon store, and I will link it up for y'all. It is common, and a lot of people use that.
There's a dial on the Scott spreader that you can rotate right, rotate left, depending on what particular fertilizer, and it does a pretty good job of evenly distributing for that particular fertilizer. What happens is, and my wife, I have to watch my hands. The spreader opens and closes.
Watch your hands. Go ahead.
At the base, and the higher the setting, the wider the mouth opens up, the more fertilizers it's going to spread out.
Right.
The lower the setting, just the opposite, it closes up. Not as much fertilizer is going to come out. So you want to find that balance based on and these spreaders are universal too. You may be putting something else out a different time of year that's not as thick as the regular fertilizer granule.
The granules may be larger or smaller.
Correct.
And then you taught me that you might walk faster. My strides are smaller than a man who's 6 feet tall. And there are a lot of variables. You have to be very specific and careful. And then I was telling people in the spring, you want to test an area, kind of see what's up before you just go and do the whole lawn.
So when I fertilize, I like to crisscross the yard. I'll go one way all the way down, and then I'll crisscross, and that way I make sure that I got an adequate coverage, and I'm not ending up with vacant zones.
Good, I like that.
In the yard.
I like it. So that's about spreaders, and we don't really think that y'all should be fertilizing the lawn right now. That's our opinion. Now here's the thing about opinions.
Everybody's got one?
Everybody's got one. And we've had some turf guys on our page, and we've had people who are like, you need to fertilize in the summer. You need to do it at 25% pi r squared. And I said, oh my word, this is not advice that we can reliably give to the public.
Correct.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah, so what do you mean exactly?
Well, I mean, we have stood fast with don't fertilize in the summer because, yes, of course, you could do, pi r squared amount
yes.
on your lawn. But there's too many of y'all, and that's too vague. You got to be a turf grass specialist.
That's what, yeah.
And y'all are not. We don't want you to be turf grass specialist. And here's a little ding, 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 ding. I'm not a turf grass specialist, and I don't want to be. But I do try to help take the information and bring it down to where regular folks can understand what to do.
Less is best in this case.
That's our opinion.
And that's our opinion. She's right.
You do you. And we do have a complete lawn guide called the Texas Two-Step.
That's correct. And just one other little comment on less is best. If you happen to fertilize and you over fertilize and you burn your yard, you can't go back. You can't take back. No take backs.
That's true. No take backs if you over fertilize your lawn. That's good, babe.
We get pictures all the time of people that over fertilize thinking the lawn needs something. If your yard is healthy and it's struggling during these hot temperatures, it's just putting itself into a minor dormancy until it cools off. Doesn't mean your yard's dying. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it. But doesn't mean you have to look like a golf course 24 hours a day either.
Right? It doesn't mean that.
So if you've lost your yard to over fertilization, you can't go back. So now you're in the process of what do I do in the fall? Where you're going to have to till it up, scrape it, level it, and resod it because
and nobody wants to hear that.
You try to do too much. So I'm going to stick with my 35 years of less is better.
Don't fertilize in the summer, and if you have to, then you can use this You can use this hose end sprayer one, or you
Absolutely.
can do nothing. We had a lady who, and I'm not going to read it all because we only do these for about 25 minutes. We literally had a lady who emailed and said that her HOA,
oh my goodness,
told her
she had to fertilizer. She was going to get written up by the association.
she has to fertilize. Now, y'all,
First of all,
come on. What are these HOA people doing? So they literally told her that she has to fertilize. And Todd and I put our heads together and we said, sing the same song we've been singing. Said, if we have to do something, go ahead and do the Simple Lawn Solutions 600, to make, but the Facebook comments are a gold mine. I'm not going to go through those right now because I'm going to do a different one of those, but people have very strong opinions about the bossiness of the HOA.
Oh, absolutely. And there's no way the HOA could ever find out whether she did or she didn't to comply with the letter she got.
It's interesting.
So,
and she didn't email me back after we gave her the information, and that's fine. We use this for content. We use it to help y'all. I had some people who said, she should go out and spray the lawn with the green paint, Anyway, very funny. So we will stand firm on don't fertilize in the summer. If you must, you can do something gentle. And then that segues us into that we have the Texas two-step, the complete lawn guide that we worked very hard on. A little dovetail from the beloved Randy Lemon, but definitely our own guide that we've been testing and sending out. It's completely free, so that link will be here for you, and you can check that out. Like I said, it's free for you to look at it, read through it, and see what you think of it, and apply it to your lawn as you see fit. We are not a morality police. We're not like all native plants, or you must do this, or come on.
Don't get her fired up now.
Yeah, but I mean, what is that?
I think people try to do too much. They belong to this club where they think they have to do this. They have to go all in. And once again, being in the landscaping side of this industry for the last 35 years, I think you can have a very well-balanced landscape with Texas natives and shrubs or plants that you really like that complement the rest of your house.
Right, kind of a balance. And we're not asking you to become a turf grass expert or anything like that.
Absolutely.
What we're asking you to do is follow us. And we want to help y'all, and we have been helping you, and y'all are great. Let's segue into
peaches.
Oh, you know what? Let me say one more thing. We will start doing stuff to the lawn. The first big step is going to be the pre-emergent.
Correct.
And that's going to be late September, early October. So make sure to follow us so that you can get that notification, because the pre-emergent is super important to preventing
newly forming weeds.
Right, to prevent the weeds.
You're basically sterilizing the weed seeds that have been broadcast by the
And we really have there is so much information out there, and I am just the facts ma'am girl, and we've settled on one pre-emergent.
Correct.
And we can tell you what that is. Just follow along or sign up or however you want to best do it. But we do have one to make it simple. Are there others? Oh my goodness. Of course there are. But I feel like y'all love the simplicity of the information that we give you, and it's actually useful for you that way, because there really are too many choices in general.
We rely on you guys and your input to create our content to get back to you guys of what works best. Now, once again, I've been in this industry forever, it seems like, and I've used every product from A to Z. And yes, I do have my favorites.
Right.
But what we are recommending are stuff that I know that's tried and true that really works.
And that y'all enjoy using too. And then I'm the one that pares everything down. I mean, I have looked at ag extension stuff and Randy Lemon stuff, and everybody's great and everybody's wonderful and they know a lot more than me. But I know this: simple is best. And you all will use what you can understand.
Correct.
And so I hope that that is how it's coming across. So pre-emergent call will come at the end of September, early October. And if you want to be a part of that, we have a complete grass guide. And of course, we want you to follow us. Isn't that what everybody says? Follow the page, follow the page, follow the page. Oh, I want to do this one. Pre-emergent versus post-emergent. I studied this earlier this year.
Okay.
Doesn't post-emergent sound mysterious? Post-emergent, doesn't that sound difficult?
Like after?
Yeah, post-emergent. Let me give you a little clue what that means for regular folks like me that are not ag extension agents, radio,
like me.
horticulturists, whatever.
That's a mouthful. Say that 3 times.
Here is what post-emergent means. Are y'all ready? Weed spray. Boom. Right?
That's right.
Okay, that's it. So pre-emergent is the before thing. We'll call that later, hopefully as we cool off. Post-emergent means one thing. It's weed spray. Now, how many of them are, or you want to use the word herbicide? There are so many herbicides. And we literally have an Amazon store for almost every single weed.
Check it out.
Every single weed. I mean, I don't have them all in there. I've got spurge. I've got poana. This is off the top of my head. Dallas grass. Oh my gosh, nut grass.
Oh.
The most controversial, what other grasses do we have on there? Anyway, post-emergent means weed spray. Now you know.
Oh, your favorite of the week, every week, chamber bitter.
Oh, chamber bitter. Anyway, post-emergent means weed spray or herbicide, and that's it. So pre-emergent, post-emergent. Now you know. All right, let's flip over. Flip over? I don't know.
Flip to.
Flip to.
Go to.
Peaches and chill hours. Switching gears. Y'all had a lot of questions. I try to highlight the things that were popular this week on Facebook. So
what we really like though is the variety of questions that we get here at Ask Garden Guy. It's not just one thing. So we're a diversified, horticulturally based company that can answer mostly all of your questions.
You're so cute. Did you write that down last night? Memorize it?
Oh, that's been in my head for 40 years.
I love it. So a peach tree, people are asking, which kind should I have? What should I do about this one? Think of your peach tree like this. The peach tree has a winter sleep requirement or
chill hours.
Chill hours. And Texas is huge. So depending on what part of Texas you're in,
you need to know your zone.
You have to know your zone. And then you need to know how many chill hours or winter sleep hours
you actually get in your particular area.
Yeah, and then it doesn't mean freeze hours. I had someone ask me that. It means the time between, I memorized this. Are you proud of me?
Yes.
32 degrees and 45 degrees. That's your chill hour, what do you call it? Area? Window. That's the window, right? The window. Buy a tree that needs more chill hours than your area gets because it can leaf out and bloom poorly and may not crop well. Wait, what am I reading?
You sidetracked yourself.
I did. Oh, sorry. Let me start over.
Yeah, you're right here.
Okay. We'll keep going. Let's talk about low chill names to mention. You want to do these?
Yeah, we can do that.
Peach tree. So peach tree varieties that are low chill that we want to recommend to y'all. Go ahead, Dave.
So Tropic Beauty, about 150 hours. Chill hours. Sorry. Tropic Snow, about 150 to 200 chill hours. May Pride, about 175 to 200 chill hours. And Mid Pride, about 250 hours. Now, the next question we usually get, or I get, is where can I find these variety of peach trees? Everybody immediately goes straight to the box stores. What does Home Depot or Lowe's get? They are notorious for just ordering large volumes of different peach trees, not necessarily the right peach trees for our area. So that brings us back to our individual independent nursery garden center.
Enchanted Gardens is going to do a better job. Moss Nursery, places like that. Y'all have your favorite places.
They want to sell their inventory to their customers that are going to work, not just sell inventory that puts a bottom line in the garden center at Home Depot or Lowe's. And a lot of people like to mail order these particular varieties, and there's tons of nurseries that produce these particular varieties. And
we can recommend varieties to you if you want to. AskGardenGuy.com will always help you understand which varieties are best. And we did that. If you look on the Facebook page this week, I literally had dozens of varieties depending on where you are in Texas. And Texas varies enormously. A peach that's right for North and Central Texas can be completely wrong for the Gulf Coast. And the low chill picks run 150 to 400 hours. So don't buy a peach tree just because it says Texas on the tag. Buy it because it matches your part of Texas.
One other thing I'd like to mention about varieties, not just peach trees, but other fruit or citrus varieties as well, make sure what you're going to plant. You're making a 7-year investment into your lawn and garden area. You're taking up very precious real estate that you are basically giving up for this tree or multiple trees. So make sure you want or plant something you're actually going to eat. Not that I want to plant it. I get it all the time. I want a peach tree. And I'll ask my clients, do you actually like peaches? No, I just wanted to plant a peach tree. Then I ask them, well, what would you eat if you could plant what you wanted?
Right.
And I'm like, well, I really like plums. Okay, well, let's find a plum variety that does well here, that matches our chill hours, that you're putting into your yard. It's going to take up so much room for the next, 5 to 7 years as it starts to produce these. Now they produce many more years after that, but you're, like I said, you're making an investment into your part of your landscape where this tree is going to need to grow and thrive.
I'm not going to dispute that. That's fine.
So make sure you like it before you plant it.
Yeah, make sure that you plant what you want. Make sure you research it according to where you are. And I'm not going to go through all of it, but we did have a bunch of people ask about patio or front porch container peaches. Once again, the patio tells you the size, but it does not negate the chill hours.
Correct.
So you've got to really look at it if it's a true dwarf, and how you're going to put that in the container, etc. We help people with that stuff behind the scenes. So make sure you do your research first. And even your trusted nurseries, I would research for myself first.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, because it's important. This is like bringing in a new member of the family. It's someone you're going to have for a long time.
No, absolutely.
Right? Okay, let's go to this segment. This is something I've seen over and over and over again in our questions. And so I went ahead and made a post about it very quickly. And it's the stump and vine killer trick.
Have you actually ever done it, Sabrina?
No, I have not done
I
it.
have many times. Anyway,
I know,
ahead.
I can't do it because I can barely go outside.
I know.
All right, we hit a nerve with this because y'all love this tip. And it actually, is the camera shaking? I'm so sorry.
You're shaking the desk, baby.
I'm so sorry. Okay, this is the stump and vine killer trick.
Yes.
People on Facebook love this one. It really hit a nerve. If you have woody trees and vines that keep coming back inside your shrub beds, like hackberry or little crepe myrtle
or elm
shoots,
trees, yes.
elm trees, pepper vine. Woo, people get mad about the pepper vine. Stubborn little vine type things.
Correct.
The trick is cut it fresh. Get in there with this bonide stump out stump and vine killer real quickly.
Correct.
Paint it on there. This one has its own applicator, right? And so bonide says you apply it undiluted to the fresh cut, and then that keeps it away from your desirable plants, and don't put it around edible food crops. But this is the stump and vine killer trick. So pepper vine is the one I see a lot of. Crepe myrtles that people don't want. What else?
Whatever's growing your garden that's undesirable, that's
poison ivy too.
Definitely.
It works for that.
Is defined as woody, herbaceous. I think the trick is to getting a successful kill on these vines or small trees is to cut the tree or vine down to about 3 inches above ground level.
Okay.
You want this solution to translocate into that open wound down into the root system.
So when you cut it, be ready.
As quick as possible. So if you're cutting that, woody tree off about 6 feet, it's got to take a long time for that solution to translocate all the way down in the root system. So lower your cut as close to the ground as you can. And then paint it with
I'm happy to share this tip with y'all about the stump and vine killer trick. One, this is an inexpensive product. Use gloves and goggles and please y'all, be safe. But a bunch of you hopped on and said, yes, I have had success with this. This is working. So if you have any of these, what do you call them? Herbaceous or woody vines and things that keep coming back, this actually will do it. This will do it. So this is the bonide stump out stump and vine killer, and it has an applicator, which I love that because that makes it easier for everybody. So that is that segment.
Correct.
What, baby?
No, I was just going to say having the all-in-one applicator, it lessens the mess.
Yeah, it's great.
It lessens the amount that you have to actually come in contact.
And I like it when we find something that's an actual solution. I'm not saying it's perfect, but I think it's pretty close to perfect. And so this is something you can actually defeat, and it is okay for poison oak and poison ivy. But please be very, very careful. Obviously, some people are very allergic to it, so it can be used for that. And if you are allergic to different things, I always tell people, let's just hire someone to
Right.
do
Know
this.
your limitations.
Let's
Very
hire
important.
someone to do this. Don't be silly. And especially some of our older Facebook followers, greatest people, they know. Don't go out when it's 115. You know, don't use vine killer if you're allergic to poison ivy. So y'all are smart and you understand that, and we appreciate it. Now we're about to wrap this up.
Let it rock and roll.
I am going to give you maybe one of the best hateful comments that we've ever gotten. You've got to understand, if you run a social media page, you're gonna see some stuff. I mean, I'm seeing the F word over and over on some of the hummingbird lists. That's right.
Not acceptable, people.
So what do you think that this mama of 5 does with people that talk nasty on our page?
Block and delete.
They get the garden gate.
I like that, the garden gate.
We do not have any foul talk in my home.
We don't.
I never allowed it. I may or may not have used soap in people's mouths. I'm just saying, I'm old school. We do not allow filthy talk to come out of the mouth. And Mama's not allowing filthy talk on the page. Now, this one is not filthy.
It's just ignorant.
Honestly, it's kind of ignorant. At this point, after all this time has passed, it's kind of funny. You may not believe that this is a real comment, but I'm going to read it to you. And then I'm going to read all of y'all's comments defending us, which honestly has been so entertaining today and so enjoyable. And can I say, y'all are so sweet to us. Very sweet.
Just a disclaimer before she reads this. When I read it this morning, I couldn't stop laughing. And it was, I died in my truck.
Okay, all right.
Go ahead.
Here it is. Should we call this the hateful comment of the week? Or just the comment of the week?
I think you just call it the comment of the week.
Here it is from our Facebook group of beautiful 30,000 people and more. Nutgrass, parentheses, known as nutsedge or Cyparius rotundus, end of parentheses, is widely known in traditional medicine and skincare for its anti-inflammatory, digestive, and antimicrobial properties, though it is primarily recognized by morons as a persistent, invasive lawn weed. Signed, Billy, I won't give his last name.
No.
I'm not going to do it because we're just going to bless him.
Just morons.
Bless his heart. So I'm going to read this to you again. He says that nutgrass is medicinal, it has skin care, anti-digestive, and that if you want to get rid of it, you're a moron. That's what he called us.
Yeah.
He called us morons. All right. So there it is. The worst weed on our resume, because if I say one word in a post, I could put the word nutgrass, and that's all I put, and 10,000 of y'all get on it.
That's the truth.
It is I could sit here as someone who does marketing, and I could run all the algorithms, and I could do spreadsheets, but I'm telling you, I already know.
The one that comes back.
Nutgrass, the worst weed on the resume. Now listen, y'all loved this, and I'm going to go ahead and read your comments. This is somehow we got here. #GardenMoron, because he said if we want to get rid of nutgrass, that we were morons.
Right.
So I'm going to take a few minutes, and I'm going to read to you, because y'all said you like to hear the comments. Here is what we would say publicly. Here's what y'all said. Bonnie Coleman says, certified herbalist here, and I very much appreciate your page. All plants have some use and some sort. Definition of a weed, any plant that is growing where you do not want it.
That's why I learned it in horticulture.
So she's right. Sharon Turner says, honestly, I've kind of given up in general of fighting weeds. I selectively pull them out of the pots, or if they clog a flower bed too much. But on the whole, I've become kind of a live and let live person. Even with my former nemesis, Japanese stilt grass, almost anything can be considered a weed if it grows where you don't want it, right? So I like Rebecca Turner's comment. She's on our page a lot. She's very sweet. And this is what she said. She's very southern. She said, so someone is actually growing nutgrass for dinner? Bless his heart.
Right.
Y'all like that? Bless his heart. Denise Black, a faithful follower, says, lots of things have medicinal properties, but you don't want to encourage them in your garden. She said, I guess I'm a moron too. Right? Sherry Casterline, I've been following your page since I found you a few months ago, but I wish I had found you sooner. I love this page and I learn from it all the time. I don't know what that guy thought or why he felt like he needed to be so nasty. Maybe he'd feel better if he ate some nutgrass. That's all. Thank you, Sherry. He might. Anna Marie says, my name is Anna and I'm a moron. Patty Perry says, I'd like to join the Garden Moron Club. Oh, Elmira, she's always so sweet. She says, I wonder if people who write rude comments to any post ever look at themselves in the mirror while they're getting ready to go to church on Sundays and think about how big of a bully they actually are.
Okay.
You know what I said to her? These people don't go to church. That's what I said to her. Here is a great thing from Sandy Casaraghi, a quote from the movie Butch Cassidy and Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, spoken by the great character actor Strother Martin. Morons, I've got morons on my team. She said, I'm glad to be on your team. It's
wonderful.
Right. So Marilyn Wilson has just been waiting to call her husband a name.
So now she has.
So Marilyn Wilson said, my husband despises nutsedge. So by default, is my husband a moron? And I said, Marilyn, you've been waiting to call him a name. So let's see if we've got any other cute ones. Oh, Linda McGee has got her 2 dogs. She said they like to eat nutsedge every single day. And let's see if I've got anything else cute here to read that y'all said. There's actually hundreds of comments on this, and we appreciate it. And Phyllis Mueller said, just because it's medicinal doesn't mean that I want it in my lawn. I like the one. Here's another. Patty Berry, bless his heart. Y'all are great. I appreciate his thoughts, but absolutely, I attack weeds. Hanging in there. I like the one where someone said, oh, block the idiots. Simply one push of a button, of course, right. Of course. I've learned so much following you. I want to see, I know this is dead air, but there was a really cute one. I can't find it. I don't want to just keep sitting here scrolling through while y'all are waiting on me. So we'll end it with Kelly Wells Bryant. She's very sweet. She says, if only kindness and politeness spread like nutgrass. Thank you for keeping this a nice place. You are very appreciated. Oh, Kathleen Swinson, don't just show them the door. Give them that boot out the door. And there are a couple of other people. I can't find the comments because there's so many that said, if he likes nutgrass so much and it has medicinal properties, then I've got so much in my yard.
Why don't he come over
and he's welcome to come over and open a pharmacy. So there y'all go. We appreciate you so much. And if you are a #garden moron, then someone said bumper stick. I don't know what we're going to do with it. We're probably not going to do anything. But I did not know that nutgrass had anti-inflammatory digestive. I don't think that people care. It's
not my first go-to as much as I've pulled in 35 years.
It's a lot of trouble. And we do have a nutgrass plan that we share with y'all. Many of y'all have clicked on it. Of course, our choice for nutgrass, and there are a lot of things you could use. Once again, we try to pull it down for you. Sedgehammer. Sedgehammer.
Oh, that's right. I'm not supposed to sing.
I don't care if you sing. Sedgehammer is what we have chosen. It makes it easy for
y'all. It comes with the surfactant.
Yeah,
or without
plus means it has a surfactant.
Correct.
And not plus means it doesn't. And surfactant is soap, just like post-emergent is weed spray. So we demystify everything for you, or we try to, so that you can be successful, because that's why we're here. Todd and I are here to help y'all understand, to give you real solutions to your real questions. And all of our content is truly created every single day.
It is.
By y'all.
And thank you
very
much for joining us. And just a special shout out to my beautiful wife, all the hard work she does here behind the scenes as I'm out there in the blistering hot sun making it happen. But anyway, we appreciate you guys each and every day, and thank you for being a part of our lives and part of our garden club.
Yeah, thank you for being here. And you know what I was going to ask them at the end? Follow the page.
Follow. Is it like
how many more times button? Can you ask?
Right.
No. You have to follow the page. Do you think we could ever get to 50,000 followers?
Hey, that's the next goal.
I mean, it is. It would be so awesome to reach that many people and to help that many people. So share us if you so wish, so desire. This is Todd Farber, Aggie horticulturist, all around great guy. My husband for 30 years.
30 years.
A great father, a great, honest landscaper. That's the truth. Thanks, y'all, so much.
Y'all take care. Good night.
Bye-bye.